What's up, good people? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If you're stopping by the channel for the first time, please consider subscribing to my channel. And while you're at it, smash that like button for me. I really would appreciate it. Also, hit that post notification bell so that you're notified every time I upload a new video. Be careful down in the comment section of the videos. A lot of spam, a lot of scammers. I will never ask you to contact me by WhatsApp or Telegram. I also do not invest money for my subscribers, so please be careful. Don't get yourself scammed. If you want to follow me on Instagram, you're more than welcome to. There's a link down in the description box for my new Instagram, Richard Fain Millionaire Mentor. Give me a follow on Instagram, guys. Go click on that link down in the description box and then send me an email to let me know that you're rocking with me. I really would appreciate that. Trying to get this Instagram thing built back up. 6 months ago, we had another page that had over 90,000 people following me, which it was amazing, right? Because I had a lot of DMs coming in every day and I was putting out a lot of content. But unfortunately, Instagram shut that page down. I think it was just due to so many impersonating scammers. And so I had to create a new page, which I did a couple months ago. And it's going pretty decent, but I want to get that thing up to how we had the old page. So if you guys want to rock with me and see what I'm up to when I'm not on YouTube, get down to the description box, click on that Instagram link, Richard Fain Millionaire Mentor, and give me a follow. And then, like I said, send me a DM to let me know that you're rocking with me so that I can thank you. The second thing I want you guys to consider is checking out my new website, Richard Fain Millionaire Mentor website. And it's at www.richardfain.net. You can also find that down in the description box, second link. We've had the website up almost 3 weeks. It'll be 3 weeks on this coming Monday. And it's been welcomed by you guys tremendously. I think right now we got over, I think we got something like 80,000 organic visits to the website without me paying for any type of advertising on Facebook or Google or anything like that. It's just me telling you guys about it through the videos here on YouTube, and you guys have went over to the website and blessed it. So thank y'all. I thank y'all for the blessings. And better yet, I thank the people who have purchased digital products from the website because they understand the value that I'm trying to give them in order to help them get to their pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. So, the biggest investment you'll ever make in your life is in yourself. Right? That's the biggest investment that you'll ever make in your life, is an investment in you. So going over to the website, checking out the digital products, purchasing the digital products, hey man, that's an investment in you, and appreciate y'all that have done that. Those of you who have not visited the website, get over there. Like I said, second link down in the description box, www.richardfain.net. Get yourself over to the website, take a look at the digital products. I got everything in that you can need in order to help get yourself to your pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. We got credit, repair. We have stock market investing, real estate investing with little to no money down. We got mindset through Millionaire Mindset, ebook, help you with your mindset. We also have a financial budgeting ebook in there that will help you be a better money manager. Guys, if we're going to build wealth, we got to become really good money managers of our own money. And right now, a lot of us are not good money managers. A lot of us don't even have a basic financial budget that we live by. So if you don't know what money's coming in and what's going out, how in the world are you going to have money left over at the end of the month to invest? Well, you won't. That's just a hard, cold truth. You're not going to have money invested unless you know and managing your money. And like I said, over on the website, we got some tools that can help you do that. We got tools for everything, right? Like I said, go check it out, see what you think. And then consider becoming a paid member of the mentoring club. So I'm going to be doing mentoring through the website, through my mentorship group. Consider it. A lot of you have, and we got a lot of folks that have made that commitment to themselves. It's a financial commitment they made to themselves in order to get themselves in a position where they can build wealth. And they're going to be spending 90 minutes with me through the mentorship group or club. They're going to spend 90 minutes with me every single week. Private live streams, different from the live streams we're doing right here on YouTube. These live streams we do on YouTube are just me giving you updates on the economy, giving you updates on interest rates, giving you updates on the stock market, the crypto market, right? I don't take any questions. It's just me giving you updates and then giving you my viewpoint. We're not going to do that in the live streams, in the mentorship group. We're not going to be doing no updates about the economy. We may mention that, but really the purpose of the 90 minutes is to answer questions. It's to walk people through how to actually become a real estate investor and then have enough time to really answer all the questions, right? That's the whole key. How to really build a side hustle. Not just me on YouTube talking about the side hustle, but actually what's the steps? Okay, Richard, step me through. That's what the mentorship group will be doing. So it's not me just giving you my commentary on what's happening in the financial markets like I do on a day-to-day basis on the YouTube channel, which I love doing because that's needed as well. It's always good to know what's going on in the current events in our financial markets. But like I said, the mentorship group is specifically for helping people actually execute. I'm on the YouTube channel. It's not really about me helping you execute. It's helping me give you the information for you to execute. In the mentorship group through the website, the paid mentorship group, that's about me helping you execute. YouTube channel, not to help you execute, just provide you information so you can execute. Mentorship group is actually helping you execute, right? So that's the big difference. Like I told you guys, the difference between the 1% and the 99% is about execution. It's not about knowledge. It's about they execute. We don't execute, right? So it's not just about knowledge. It's about execution. And that's what the mentorship group is about. It's 100% about me helping you execute, right? We're not going to have 1,000 people. We're going to have a couple hundred people in there so I can get to everybody's questions. And I'm okay with that. So get yourself over to the website and check it out. I really would appreciate that. And like I said, don't sleep on those digital products. Pick up your some. And then, of course, sign up for the mentorship group. Well, all right, let's move on to the last thing, and then we're going to get into our topics for this Saturday morning. The last thing is Mumu. A lot of you guys this year have decided to sign up for Mumu, and a lot of you guys are actually building wealth. You're using the Mumu app to make investments into the Magnificent Seven, into SPLG, into FTEC. Some of y'all are still buying VOO, VGT, and then whatever else you want to buy, because it's your wealth plan, right? It's your wealth blueprint. So buy whatever you want to buy that you believe can assist you to get to your financial freedom. But I'm just excited about the number of you who have taken that leap of faith and said, you know something, I'm going to rock with you. I'm going to sign up for Mumu. I'm going to put my money in there. I'm going to get my free stocks. And then I'm going to start building wealth. That's the whole purpose of Mumu, guys. That's the whole purpose of me telling you about it every day. So get down to that description box. Click on that Mumu link. Now, when you do that, they're going to give you 10 free fractional shares of the Magnificent Seven stocks just for trying out their brokerage app. And then your $100 that you put in, you can start investing. You can buy fractional shares of the Magnificent Seven, or you can buy whatever you want to buy. It's your, like I said, it's your wealth transfer blueprint. You can copy mine or create your own. I had a DM from a friend of mine. She, you know, I've known her for a little bit, and about a year, and she just sent me a DM on Instagram and said, "Hey man, I finally opened my Mumu account." And I was just so proud of her, right? Because, you know, she's a smart lady. She, you know, we have, you know, good conversation through email and through DM and that kind of stuff. But I was just so excited about her trying out the Mumu app. And then I sent her the tutorial that I did. And I know she's going to use it and build wealth. So that's the whole point of it, right? That's the whole point of me talking about it, right? So for those of you who haven't tried it out, I don't care if you got other brokerage accounts. Doesn't matter. I got 4 of them. I don't care if you got 10 of them. It doesn't matter. What matters is giving you something that you can use to build your wealth. And like I tell a lot of people is, hey, use Mumu for just your fractional share trading. Use Mumu for just the Magnificent Seven. And then keep whatever else you got going on your other brokerage apps. Just rock with the Magnificent Seven on the Mumu app. And that's all you use it for until you want to use it for more or just use it for that. I think if you do that and you put $100, $200, $300, $400, $500 a month in there, and you do that for the next 10 years in the Magnificent Seven where you're buying fractional shares, come on, man. This is a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. Your net worth is going to be bigger. Your net worth is going to be larger. Trust me on this. It will be. No guarantees in life, but if history supports itself in the present and the future, you're going to be, listen, I've already told you, the only thing separates the 1% from the 99% is execution, consistent execution. That's it. It ain't got nothing to do with no lie. Oh, golly, they smarter than us. No, they're not. They're no smarter than you. Matter of fact, you may be smarter than them. The thing that gets you on is the execution. They get you on their consistency to execute. That's what they get you on. A lot of us down here in the 99%, we don't want to execute. And if we do execute, we want to do it haphazardly. We want to do it once in a while. That's the only thing separates people that are billionaires from people that are thousandaires. The only thing separates billionaires and thousandaires is consistent execution. They don't give up. They get knocked down, they get back up and try it again. Go talk to any billionaire. Go talk to any self-made millionaire. Ask them how many times did they fail before they hit it big. It's execution. I keep telling y'all this every single day, but some of us, we still looking for the secret sauce. Like there's some little fairy dust that you can sprinkle over something or hit them with a magical wand and it's gonna, no, it's execution. It's execution and repetition. That's why every day on this channel, it's repetition. We learn through repetition. We get rich through execution. We learn through repetition. We get rich through execution. Pretty simple. Repetition, execution. That's what we do on this channel, and that's what we'll do in the membership and the mentorship club as well. So let's talk about, again, get down to that description box, click on that Mumu link, put $100 in your new Mumu account, guys, getting 10 free fractional shares of the Magnificent Seven. Stocks. How can you beat that? You cannot beat that. Nobody else in the brokerage app game is giving you 10 free fractional shares of the Magnificent Seven. Nobody. You're talking about giving you 10 fractional shares of the 7 most valuable companies in America. 7 of the top 15 most valuable companies in the world. They're giving it to you for free for trying out their app. So get down there, click on that Mumu link, and go get that free stock, go get that free money. All right, let's think about what I mentioned or what I titled the video. What did I title the video? It's confirmed. The Fed just triggered the largest wealth transfer in 100 years. Some of you may say, nah, that's not true. Some of you may say, maybe. Some of you might say, Richard, I agree with you. But here's the deal. Here's the deal. I think the Fed has done that. And here's why. If you see what happened last week, and I say last week, but really this week, from Monday to Saturday, what has happened in this last week or these last 6 days? What's happened in the last 6 days that supports my case that this is an opportunity of epic proportion? What has happened? Well, number one thing has happened is the Fed has went on record. They've went on record. They had a Fed meeting Tuesday and Wednesday of this week. And on Wednesday, the Fed chair came out and said, guess what, guys? We're not going to increase short-term interest rates. We're not going to decrease. We're going to keep them the same. But here's what I'm telling you. Here's what you got to understand. If we see signs that the unemployment rate is going up, or if we see signs that the labor market is weakening, we will act. We will act. That's all I needed to hear. That's all I needed to hear on Wednesday. Okay? I got that in my back pocket. We will act. We will act. Fast forward to Friday, which was yesterday. The labor report for April comes out. Now, you got to understand, guys, when the Fed says we will act, what they're telling you is we're prepared to reduce short-term interest rates if we see it necessary, if we see proof that that's necessary. So we already know the Fed is not in a posture where they're going to just sit there and do nothing. They've already told us they will act. Friday shows up. Jobs report comes out. Weaker than expected. What does that mean, Richard? I don't know what weaker than expected means. Well, here's what it means. Before these reports come out, whether it be CPI inflation report, whether it be jobs report, whether it be PPI report, whether it be PCE, whatever measurement, GDP, whatever measurement for the economy, before those reports come out, there are experts that have their predictions or what they believe should happen as it relates to the economy and those reports, right? So before the jobs report came out Friday, you got all these folks that are saying, hey, here's what we think is going to happen. We believe the economy is going to add 240,000 jobs. Here's what happens, though. If the economy adds more than 240,000 jobs, then we are what? Stronger than expected. Stronger. Why? Because they outperformed what the market said it would do. So if the market says the economy is going to add 240,000 jobs, but the economy actually adds 500,000 jobs, it's stronger than expected. Same thing though. If those experts say the economy is going to add 240,000 jobs, but then the economy only adds 175,000 jobs, then it was weaker than expected. If it's stronger than expected, it says we have a red hot labor market and the Fed says there is no need to reduce interest rates because we already are red hot and prospering. Why would we introduce more money to the economy when it's already red hot? We already got a problem with supply and demand. They wouldn't. But if the economy doesn't meet expectations and it's weaker than expected, it only comes in at 175 instead of the 240. Now the economy is weakening, or at least that's the perception. Because the only thing propping the economy up right now is the labor market. So if the labor market weakens, guess what? The Fed has to step in and do something to save the economy. That's their number one priority, guys, is price stability in our economy. That's their number one priority, right? So if they believe the economy is at risk of weakening, they're going to step in to do something to stimulate it, to encourage people to participate. If it's stronger than it needs to be, they're going to do something to discourage people from participating. If it's weaker, encourage. If it's stronger, discourage. That's what the Fed does with interest rates, right? So right now, the Fed is saying, prior to Friday's report, the jobs report, the Fed was saying on Wednesday, labor market is stronger than we need it to be. We cannot lower interest rates with this strong of a labor market, because all we're going to do is create what? More demand. We already don't have enough supply. So we're going to create more demand if we reduce rates. And guess what that's going to do to prices of our goods and services? They're going to skyrocket. And then everything we've done over the last 2 years to fight inflation, we lose. And we got to start over. Fed don't want to do that. So what does the Fed do? They sit in a wait and see posture. We'll keep rates higher for longer, exactly where they are, and we'll see what the data says. Friday's data, the jobs report came in and confirmed to me and to many others that, yes, the labor market is starting to weaken, because we came in at 175,000 jobs added when the market said it'd be 240. So we are weaker than expected. Plus, the unemployment rate went up. The unemployment rate in March was 3.8%. It came in at 3.9. So it went up. So economy added fewer jobs, plus unemployment went up. That's where the Fed says we will act. That is what we're getting ready to see. Now, if we have one more month, I think if we get May's information, May's job report, right? If we get May's job report and it is the same as April, we are weaker than expected. Let's say the market says, okay, in May the economy is going to add 225,000 jobs or 215,000 jobs. But the economy really only adds 155, 160. Then we're weaker than expected. And I think at that point, the Fed acts in June or July and they make their first rate cut. If they make their first rate cut, that's going to do what? The same thing that happened on Friday when the jobs report came in weaker than expected. FOMO. FOMO came back to the market. Which did what? We had a little bit of a run. You'll have the same thing that will happen in June when we get the May report. Already investors are starting to pencil in, 2 rate cuts. 5 days ago, they only had 1 rate cut penciled in, and it was going to happen in November. Now, all of a sudden, we get this labor report or this jobs report that comes in weaker than expected. They already heard the Fed chair on Wednesday say, we will act. They put 2 and 2 together and say, well, they got to act. Let's go ahead and get going here. FOMO's back. Let's get going. So that's why you saw the stock market take off, because of enthusiasm and FOMO. How does that relate to us being able to build wealth? Because, guys, if we know that, we already also know that assets are still, in my opinion, trading at a discount, right? I still think assets are trading at a discount, because I think as interest rates stay higher for longer, assets suffer. When interest rates start coming down, assets do much better. They grow. So interest rates down, assets up. Interest rates up, assets down. So right now, we got interest rates up. We've seen assets do pretty well over the last 4 months. November, December 23, right? January, February, March. We saw assets go down in April. Why did we see assets go down in April? I'll tell you why. Because FOMO in enthusiasm left the market. Once investors understood that the Fed was not going to reduce rates this summer, they left. They left and went into U.S. Treasuries and money market accounts or whatever they do with all this trillions and trillions of dollars that they pull out of the market. They put it somewhere. I say they put it in U.S. Treasuries, they put it in money markets, and they're holding it and waiting, right? But now they're back. That's why you saw Friday things jump. They're coming back because now all of a sudden you get this jobs report weaker than expected. We already know the Fed say they're going to act. Boom, assets are getting ready to go up at some point. So that's where you come in. That's where I come in. We come in at a critical time right here where we can start buying these assets and prepare and position ourselves for the rocket launch. That's where there's no better time than right now to build wealth, but you got to be in position and you got to have a mindset of execution. A lot of us do not have a mindset of execution. We got a mindset of fear. And how do we hide that fear? We hide that fear by saying we don't know enough. I ain't got enough money. I don't know enough. I started too late. See, that's how we mask our fear. Most of us are just fearful. And I get it. We've worked our tails off to build whatever little nest egg we got. We know it ain't enough. I've had many conversations with y'all telling y'all this little nest egg you got ain't enough when you get to the golden years. It's not enough. See, well, Richard, how do you know it's not enough? Well, here's the test. Here's a pretty simple test to know if you got enough to take care of you in the golden years. Let's say right now today, you're making $5,000 a month. That's your take home. Let's say you're taking home $5K a month and you're doing okay. You're not living paycheck to paycheck. You know, you're doing okay. It's covering the bills, right? This is active income. I'm going to work. They're paying me a paycheck. I'm getting $5,000 a month that I'm bringing home. I'm bringing that home. I'm paying my bills. I'm doing the things I need to do to take care of my family. Ask yourself this question. Ask yourself this. Here's the test. That $5,000 a month that you're getting from somewhere because you're trading time for money, if that were to be taken away today, what do you have in your financial war chest that will generate $5,000 a month for you? That's the test. Just answer that question. Just work through that question. 5,000 coming in from me trading time for money. Somebody take that away. I don't have that no more. Do I have enough in my financial war chest to generate $5,000 a month? And if the answer is no, guys, you got some work to do. But see, that's the real test. All this other stuff we be talking about, that don't mean nothing. If you don't have assets to replace your income if something happened to you, you stuck like Chuck. You are in financial trouble. That's the test. I don't care about nothing else other than that right there. Answer that question. Now, if you could answer that question, yeah, Richard, I got plenty of assets that'll produce 5,000. I got a real estate portfolio. I got a stock market portfolio that's throwing off dividends. I got an investment in some companies that I'm a passive investor, but I've lent them some money and they're paying me money every single money for my position, my stock in that company. Oh yeah, I got a residual income stream coming in from work I did 15 years ago, man. Oh yeah, I served in the military for 20 years and I got a nice pension coming in, Richard, of $3,000 or $4,000 a month. So I'm in good shape. See, if you ain't got that, guys, you're in trouble. You better have something, because if that active income is taken away from you, I don't know how you're going to live and take care of your family. I don't know how you're going to live and take care of yourself. See, this is just the truth. This ain't no sugarcoat. This is the truth. What are you going to do if your primary income is gone. See, that's the whole point of building wealth, is so that you can transition from an active income earner to a passive income earner, and your lifestyle doesn't change. That's the whole point of building wealth. I don't want to have a lifestyle while I'm enjoying a great lifestyle and doing all the things I want to do at $7,500 a month, but then I get to the golden years, I got to live on 3. I mean, what is that? Why would I have to change my lifestyle? I shouldn't have to. If I prepare and execute, I won't have to change it. I'm over here enjoying a nice lifestyle, but then I get over here in the golden years, or I lose my job, or I can't work anymore, and my lifestyle goes from this lifestyle to some other lifestyle that I can't enjoy. I don't like. I'm stressed out about. That's the test, guys. It's pretty simple. Walk yourself through that test. I said to myself, when I was about 45 years old, I took myself through that test. I said, Richard, listen here, man, you're 45. Here's what you're making in banking. Good salary, guys. Not good salary, good 6-figure salary I was making. 45 years old, good 6-figure salary. And I said to myself, if that 6-figure salary was taken from you, how would you take care of yourself? Go check a look at your assets and see would they generate enough money to cover you. Now, since the time I was 26 years old, I had told myself $10,000 a month will do me fine. If I can generate $10,000 a month from my assets, I'm in good shape. That'll take care of me. I don't care what I was making over here in corporate America. If I could generate $10,000 a month out of my assets where I have to do nothing but just enjoy life, then I'm okay with that. So early on, I was working towards that goal. And that's what I'm going to tell you guys. You better work towards some goal. See, I always had my $10,000 a month goal in my head since I was 26 years old, 30 years ago. Now, a lot of y'all going to get caught up with, oh, golly, in inflation, that 10,000 30 years ago is different than it is today. Listen, man, again, all excuses, all reasons why we try not to do anything. See, we'll always throw up roadblocks because that's how we've been trained. We've been trained to always take the negative outlook, not the positive outlook. See, $10,000 a month 30 years ago was a lot of money. $10,000 today is a lot of money. Guess what? If all I had was $10,000 a month to live on, guys, I'm Gucci. I could live on that all day long right now. Right now. But we make excuses. We try to figure out ways to defeat ourselves before we can even get started. Oh, golly, 30 years from now, inflation is going to eat all that up. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. I can still live on $10,000 right now. Matter of fact, I could live on 8. And guess what? If I can't live on 8, guess what I could also do? I could sell the dream house. I could sell all the cars that I own free and clear and be Gucci. Because it's not about things. It's about lifestyle. It ain't about things. It's about me being able to wake up in the morning and do whatever I want to do. It has nothing to do with the things. I buy the things because I've just done well and I can afford to do it. So I do it. But if I couldn't, if that wasn't part of if that wasn't a part of the equation, could I live without them? Absolutely. I could live without them. Do I need 3 cars? No. I could just live with 1. Do I need 2 houses? No. I could just live in 1. See, that's the key. The reason I do what I do is because I've executed. I've executed for 30 years. I didn't stand behind excuses. Oh, golly, I'm too old. Oh, golly, I ain't smart enough. Oh, golly, they said I could lose all my money. Oh, golly, oh, golly, oh, golly, oh, golly. We come up with all these reasons for us not to execute. And that's why 99% of the people control 1% of the wealth. And that's why 1% of the people control 99% of the wealth. Execution. They've taught us not to execute. but they execute like crazy. But they've taught us not to execute. Oh, don't worry about it. If you're scared, don't worry about it. It's not worth it. Live for today. Don't worry about tomorrow. Yes, go buy that SUV where you got a $1,400 a month car payment. It's okay. Enjoy yourself. All that is AKA don't execute. AKA don't build no wealth. AKA we want to control all the wealth. So my point is this. Take yourself through that test. If I had my primary income taken away from me, do I have sufficient assets to replace that income through passive income? If I had my active income taken from me, do I have enough assets that I could turn on and generate enough money so my lifestyle doesn't change? If the answer is yes, you're doing well. Keep doing what you're doing. If the answer is no, then guess what? You better get on this train. You better get on this execution train. Financial execution train, where you learn how to execute. Where you stop letting these limiting beliefs control your life. A lot of us have limiting beliefs that have been passed down through generations. A lot of us have these limiting beliefs that have been passed down to us. A lot of our people, our parents, our grandparents, great-great-grandparents have passed on limiting beliefs. And I know a lot of this, some people are not going to like this, but a lot of the things that have been passed on to us, instead of generational wealth, they've passed on generational poverty. A lot of us have been passed on generational poverty. Mindset. Instead of us having a generational wealth mindset, we have a generational poverty mindset. That's what's been passed on to us. Question is, are we going to pass that on to our kids? I don't know. I refuse to. I refuse to pass on the generational poverty mindset that was passed on to me. I'm not faulting my mom. I'm not faulting my grandparents. I'm not faulting my great-grandparents. Because guess what? I have a decision right now where I can change that. I can change that. You can change that. So what do you want to pass on to your kids and to your people? Generational wealth or generational poverty? It's up to you. But you have the ability to change that. But you got to execute. So the Federal Reserve is in a position right now where they're going to reduce these interest rates at some point this year, especially if we get a CPI report next week, which is coming out. I think it's next week. CPI report coming out next week. And if we can back that up, if that can back up the jobs report, where the CPI report shows that inflation is coming down, then that will be an extra report that the Fed can point to and say, okay, good. Now we got inflation coming down too. That's another catalyst that supports the Fed decreasing rates. And we already know when rates decrease, assets increase. So right now, while rates are high, what should I be doing as an investor? What should I be doing as an investor right now with rates being high? I should be buying, guys. I should be buying. I had an interesting email that was sent to me. Matter of fact, it probably was last night, but I got it this morning and I read it as I was drinking my morning coffee and kind of getting myself together for the live stream. And and the question was, well, Richard, how do you determine your buy price when you're buying paper assets? How do you determine the buy price? How do you determine when it's appropriate for you to buy more? So I answered that question in the email, and I'll tell you guys exactly what I said. So again, if you've been following me, you guys know I got like 3 wealth building strategies, right? I got 3 wealth building strategies that I use. And you know, the number 1 strategy is dollar cost averaging every single month. And I've been using that strategy to dollar cost average every single month for 30 years. For 30 years, I've been doing that. Whether it be through 401ks, whether it be through Roth IRA, whether it be through my taxable brokerage account. In one of those 3 or all 3 of those accounts, I've been dollar cost averaging for 30 years. Of course, when I started 30 years ago, it was very small, $150 every 2 weeks. And then guess what? Every time I got a raise, every time I increased my salary, I increased my giving or my contributions to my pot of gold at the end of the rainbow fund. For 30 years, I've been doing that. So that's the number 1 way I invest money is through DCA, dollar cost averaging. Every single month, every single year, every single decade. Number 1. The second way that I invest is through me taking $100 to $300 every day the market is open and buying 2 ETFs, SPLG and FTEC. That's my second strategy to invest, right? Number 1 strategy, DCA. Number 2 strategy, $100 to $300 every single day the market is open. And I buy SPLG, which is an S&P 500 ETF, and I buy FTEC, which is a information technology ETF. That's strategy 2. Strategy 3 is what the gentleman who emailed me was asking me. This is strategy 3, where I have a reserve. I have reserves, cash reserves on the sideline. Many of you who've watched me on YouTube for some time now, you have heard me say I keep 25% of my net worth in cash. 75% of my net worth goes into the stock market. Now, I don't count my real estate that I own, that I have equity in. I don't count that in my net worth. Richard, why don't you count that in your net worth? Because it doesn't generate any income. It don't put no money in my pocket. These houses take money out of my pocket. So why would I include them in my net worth? The only thing I need in my net worth is what generates income. I don't need nothing in my net worth don't generate income. I'm just lying to myself. I'm fooling myself. Because this house ain't gonna take care of me if I can't work unless I sell the house. It's the only way I'm gonna get any money out of it. I'm not gonna have roommates. I'm not gonna rent rooms out. I'm not doing any of that because that's not my lifestyle. Now, I'm not saying you can't do that. I'm just telling you, I don't roll like that. I don't need nobody, no stranger no, I don't need none of that. So I don't include the houses in the net worth because they don't generate any income. Back to the third strategy, which is the cash reserves, the 25% cash reserves. So this third strategy, how do I invest that money? Well, this is how I invest it. I find companies that are big boy, blue chip companies that have a historical track record of multiplying money. And when I say multiplying money, guys, I'm talking about really multiplying money. Now, there's a risk involved though, because just like those companies go up fast, they can go down fast. So you got to be careful. But I've identified companies that I believe can do that for me. And I take the reserves and I buy those companies short term. The other 2 strategies that I mentioned, my first 2 strategies are long-term strategies. Let me clarify that. They are long-term strategies. Those 2 strategies will double my net worth in the next 10 years. The third strategy with the reserve cash is a short-term strategy, right? What do I mean by that? I buy the stock for a period of time and then I sell it quickly. It's not long-term. I don't hold it long-term. So how do I come up with my target buy price and target sell price in the short-term strategy with the cash reserves? This is how I come up with it. I take a company like NVIDIA and I say, well, okay, in the last 60 days, what has been the highest price per share for that stock. I just look at that over the last 60 days. For NVIDIA, over the last 60 days, it's $974 a share. That's the highest per share. Well, not the highest. It's about $975 is the highest. But it closed at $974. So I say to myself, okay, Richard, if NVIDIA has went up to $974 close in the last 60 days, what would you need to do in order for you to be comfortable making money? What would that stock price need to go down to in order for you to take the cash reserves? Not my dollar cost averaging, not my 1 to 300 a day, right? That goes in the market no matter what the stock price is doing, because it's long term. The short term, I have to come up with a strategy that works for me. And here's the strategy that works for me. I said, well, okay, the only way I'll buy it is over the last 60 days, the stock has to be down $100 off its highest stock price in the last 60 days. Then I'll buy it. So if you remember 2 weeks ago, I said to you guys on a Saturday morning, just like this, 2 Saturdays ago, I said, hey, on Friday, NVIDIA closed at $760 something a share. I said on Monday, I'm all in. That's what I said in the live stream 2 weeks ago. I said NVIDIA closed at $762. I'm all in on Monday. That's how I use the short-term money. So then you go make the play. As long as it's $100 under where it is traded at the highest per share in the last 60 days, I buy. So now a company like NVIDIA, boom, I just buy it, I hold it. When do I sell it? Once it hits that $100. Once it hits my $100 a share, I sell it. So NVIDIA is at 760, whatever it was, 767 or something like that. It was something in the sevens. I know the high mark was 974. So I was well within my $100 discount. And then when I execute, I just sell $100 higher. I don't wait till the 974. I just sell at whatever it was. So if I bought it at 767, you sell at 867. I'm out of there. I don't get greedy. Take my $100 per share. I'm good to the next go round. Put the money back in the reserve account and I wait for the next opportunity for it to go down by $100 a share, which it does, and it will. Right now, it's trading at, I think it closed at 8 something in the high 8s. So what am I saying to myself now? I'm saying, okay, closed in the high 8s. But really, Richard, you're probably at your $100 a share right now. You could probably even buy it at the 8 something and just hold it to 9 something. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to buy it right now. I'm going to wait because, see, I know NVIDIA has its earnings call. Its earnings report is coming out on May 22nd. Also, what I know is NVIDIA has killed it 3 quarters in a row. They've killed it. Killed it. So I'm thinking, okay, sit tight. There's a lot of FOMO going on right now. Let's give it a week or so. Let's see what the CPI report is going to do. Because if the CPI report comes back hotter than expected, it's going to go down. It's going to go down. And that's when I'll execute. Now, some of y'all might say, Richard, that's time in the market. No, you would be right. It is time in the market. But you got to understand that's not where the bulk of my investing is done. The bulk of my investing is not time in the market. It's time in the market. Because remember, on strategy 1 and 2, I'm in the market 365 days a year. That's the long-term play. That's where the bulk of my wealth will be built over those 2 strategies, not the strategy down here. Because the strategy down here, I may only execute once or twice a year. I may not execute it at all. It depends on what I feel about the stock. So my point is, on the third strategy, the short-term strategy, the rule of thumb for me is I don't jump in unless it's $100 cheaper than the highest price it's been over the last 60 days. That's my target buy price. My target sell price is $100 profit. Then I sell it and I move on. And I do that on Tesla. I do that on NVIDIA. I'm going to do that on Meta. I will do it on VOO. I will do it on VGT. Those are the 5 stocks right now that I do it on. 2 ETFs, 3 individual stocks. That's it. I don't buy nothing else using that strategy right now but those 5. And that's it. That's how I invest. Those are my 3 strategies. DCA, where I'm in the market 365 days a year, $100 to $300 every day the market is open in the 2 big ETFs, 365 days a year. And then the short-term strategy, where I got those 5 different investments that I react to and make money with. And then I just put the money back in the reserve and I sit there until the next opportunity. And for me, the next opportunity will be probably NVIDIA prior to its May 22nd earnings report for Q1, fiscal year Q1. I think they go to $1,000 a share if they kill it. I feel like I'm gonna make some money, but I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna be patient just to see what happens over the next couple of weeks. I want to get my position as low as I can get it. Now, if it doesn't get low, let's just say NVIDIA just stays at the 875 range. Will I buy? Yeah, because I believe it's gonna go to 100 if it hits it. Plus, I already know, history tells me it already did 974. So 1,000 ain't gonna be no problem. Not if it has a 4 straight quarters of beating expectations on revenue, net profit, et cetera, et cetera. If they get 4 quarters of that, can it go to 1,000? It already did 974. Of course it can. No brainer. It may go higher than that. So I'll position myself next to buy NVIDIA probably in a week or so, couple weeks. And again, guys, I'm no expert here. I'm just giving you my guess. I'm not telling you you need to do this. The question was asked, how do you gauge this? And your target buy price, your target sell price. And I just gave you my little methodology. It's not scientific, but it works for me. And it has. It has worked for me very well. So I'm okay with that strategy. Question is, what's your strategy? What are your strategies to build your wealth? How do you get to your pot of gold at the end of the rainbow? Again, active income won't last forever, guys. At some point, you're going to need some passive income. At some point, you ain't going to be able to work. I don't want to be listen, man, I don't want to have to work if I don't want to work. It's one thing if I'm already well off and I just decide to work. That's different. There is no stress involved in that. But when I'm forced to work because I have to, there's a level of stress that's going to be put on your plate. It is. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Some of y'all are forced to work right now. You got no other choice. You have to. I don't have to work. I got a comment where somebody said, oh yeah, you got to do, blah, blah, blah. Listen, guys, listen, execute. That's the key. You got to execute. Don't hide behind all these excuses. Just execute. I don't care if it's executing $100 a month. Execute. If all you got to execute is $100 a month, execute it. Because I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. As you execute that $100 a month and you continue to feed your filter system with positive things about investing and understanding this long-term approach to investing, you're going to want to invest more. And as you start wanting to invest more, guess what's going to happen? Some of these things you're spending your money on, you're not going to want to spend it on those things anymore. Because you're going to start saying to yourself, golly, this $200 a month that I'm spending on partying and happy hour and getting my hair done and getting my nails done and all this other crap that we don't need to live, we don't need, you're going to start saying to yourself, golly, if I take that 200, that 300, that 400 and start putting that in the Magnificent Seven, I'm already seeing my little $100 go up in value. I'm already seeing my $500 go up in value. If I take 3 or 4 more out of this other crap that I'm spending money on and put it in here, man, I'm going to get there faster. I'm going to blow up. That's what people start doing. That's what I did. As I start putting that little $150 every 2 weeks in, I started seeing that thing grow. I'm like, whoa, this is a pretty good multiplier of money. This is a pretty good multiplier of money. I need to put more in. I ain't making no more money, so how do I put more in? I got to cut out some of these things that I'm doing that don't put no money in my pocket. I gotta cut out going out to eat 5 or 6 times a week. Instead of doing that, maybe I'll go out once or twice a week, and then I'll take them other 4 that I was spending $100 on, and I'm gonna put that in. I'm gonna put more money in here. Better yet, I'm gonna find me some side hustles. I'm gonna create me some side hustles. I'm gonna create me some side hustles. And that's what I started doing. And once I got the mental right, once I got on that execution, that financial execution train, and my mind was thinking about multiplying money, that was it. That was 30 years ago. But had I never executed, I probably would still be working right now, guys. And I'm not taking a knock on people that are working. I'm just telling you, had I not executed, had I not allowed fear to keep me from executing, I'd be working right now. I'd be working. I'd be still shooting my YouTube videos from my dashboard of my front seat of my car, like I used to do in 2019 when I started doing these YouTube videos about financial stuff. Yeah, I would go to work. On my lunch break, I'd go find me a little spot, shoot my videos, grab me a little bite, take my butt back to work. I was no different than anybody else, other than I knew execution was the key. I didn't have nobody on my YouTube channel, basically. I could have quit. Oh, golly, no one wants to watch my YouTube videos. I'm going to quit. I knew it wouldn't work for me. It's too saturated. It's too this, it's too that. You know the excuses we make. We make a lot of excuses, right? I didn't make those excuses. I said, you know something? I'm going to make these videos every single day for as long as it takes till I gain some traction. That was the commitment for me. That's the kind of commitment you'll need with this wealth building, guys. That's the kind of commitment you'll need with your side hustles. Oh yeah, I tried Etsy. I tried it for 2 weeks. Nobody bought anything, so I knew it couldn't work for me. You've been 2 weeks and you'd have quit already. No. How about do it for a year? How about get out here and promote? How about get out here and start a YouTube channel? Promote your Etsy business on the YouTube channel. Oh, golly, Richard, why in the world why you always talk about I don't want, listen, man, I don't care what you want to hear. That's why I got almost 80,000 people that hit my website without any advertising. Why? Because I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. See, I'm not one of these people that, if I don't get instant gratification, I'm going to quit. No. You shouldn't be that way either. You should be laser focused on getting to wealth. Anything and by any means necessary, as long as it's legal. Get there. Get there. Right? You got to have execution like a steel trap. Have you ever seen a steel trap? That's how your execution got to be. Just like a steel trap. You got to have really, really, really laser focused execution. What does that mean? I don't care if you got $100 a month, execute. I don't care if you got $50 a month, execute. Execute. Make a trade. Buy something that will put money in your pocket over time. That's it. Real estate. I had another question about real estate. Somebody was asking me, well, how do you buy real estate? Wouldn't it be better to just wait? Why would you buy it in an environment like you got it right now with interest rates high? And, I tell people all the time, I said, listen, and I mentioned this yesterday in the call, in our live stream yesterday, where I went through and kind of read y'all some information, kind of what's going on. The real estate market right now is being dominated by investors. The real estate, the residential real estate, the multifamily real estate market is being is being dominated right now by investors who are buying up all the real estate. They're buying it up. You know why they're buying it up? See, these people, like I told y'all guys, the 1% just execute, man. These people don't worry about all this other stuff we worry about down here in the 99%. These people just execute. See, these people are smart. They're buying this real estate now because they know when these rates come down, assets go up. So when do you buy assets to get rich? When they're down, when they're discounted. See, a lot of us in the 99%, we think interest rates and the prices that are there right now, oh, they're too high, prices are too high, interest rate too high. And guess what investors are doing? They're going in buying up this real estate because they know when rates come down, the prices go higher. So they're going in now and they're buying now. Oh, price is too high. I don't care what someone has their house priced for. It's what someone's willing to pay for it. That's all that matters, guys. Give you a real life example. I had a guy go look at my house the other day. He went to look at the house. And I know he's an investor, right? I'm not an idiot. I've been doing this for a long time. So the first thing he says to my real estate agent was, well, you know, the house doesn't have a pool. He does know that, right? It doesn't have a pool, right? My real estate agent said, yeah, he knows it doesn't have a pool, but you know it don't have a pool too. And I know what he was doing. See, he was trying to set me up and position me for a low ball offer, which I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it. It's the right strategy. I'm not mad at him, but see, I'm an old vet here. See, I done this. I already know what the strategy is because I've done it myself many times over the last 25 years. I've done this strategy. So the strategy is go look at the house, paint the picture of, I'm gonna have to do something to it. It's in an inferior position in the neighborhood. It doesn't have a lake behind it. It's not on the golf course. Doesn't have a pool. Blah, 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 blah. What he's setting up is, I'm gonna lowball this guy and let's see if he takes it. Let me see if he has enough seller fatigue where he will take it. And I ain't mad at him for that strategy because that's the strategy people are using and it's working. That didn't work on me because I know the strategy. But if I'm a seller and all my money is tied up in that house and I'm trying to get out of it, I may fall for that. That's what investors are doing right now. They know there is limited demand because most of us can't afford the monthly payment at a 7.5% interest rate. Most of us don't have the down payment money to go get a loan. Most of us don't have cash. See, this guy came back to me and lowballed me, but he had an all cash offer. Had I been struggling and all my equity, all my net worth tied up in that house, I probably would have took it. But all my net worth ain't tied up in no house. So I didn't take it. And I said, I'll wait. If it don't sell, it don't sell. I'll move back into it later on down the road when I sell the dream house in a few years. If neither one of them sell, I keep both of them and I keep moving. But investors are taking advantage of that situation. Now, no matter what the seller is trying to sell it for is what someone's willing to pay you. The problem with sellers have right now is ain't nobody willing to pay nothing because ain't no demand. So investors come in with all cash or they're able to afford the 7.5% interest rate and they just keep making offers till somebody bite. And they're buying up all the real estate. So if I'm somebody in my audience who has decent credit, who has verifiable income, they got down payment money, or they got cash, there ain't no better time than right now to go buy real estate because you don't have any competition. I don't care what the seller is asking for the house. Go in that neighborhood and look at every house in the neighborhood for sale and make lowball offers to everybody. Somebody gonna buy it. Somebody is in a financial situation where they gotta take it. That's what investors are doing. So my point is, if you are a person that's financially able to do it and you want to add real estate to the portfolio for investment purposes, go get them. They're out there waiting on you. They're waiting on you. Now, if you're not financially able, then yeah, you can't do it. You can't do it. Oh, I don't got no down payment money. Oh, I just started my job. Oh yeah, my credit score is a little suspect. Then you're not a good candidate right now. Because banks are not lending money to people who are not good candidates. Why aren't banks lending the money to people who are not good candidates? Well, because the existing loan portfolio that they have is starting to show delinquencies. People are starting to not pay. They're 90 days late on their mortgage payments. That's starting to go up. When that starts to go up, what do lenders do? They're like, we're tightening up over here. We're not lending money to nobody else unless they fit a certain profile. But if you fit that profile, they'll lend you money. If you don't fit the profile, they're going to decline you. That's just business. I ain't mad at them behind that. They don't want to be left with no seat if the musical chairs game that we're playing. You know how that game works. Musical chairs. Music goes, you go around the chairs, and when the music stops, you sit down. The person who ain't got no seat standing up, they're eliminated. They know that. They're not dumb. But my point to you is real estate is a great opportunity for income right now. Paper assets, real estate, and businesses are your three main assets you should be buying right now. And for most of us, it's paper assets because a lot of us can't afford real estate right now. But for those of us that can, go get it. Go get it. Go get that real estate because you got no competition. When rates come down, you're going to have more competition. It's going to be harder for you to get good deals when rates come down. You're going to have more competition. It's going to be more competition. So if you want to add real estate to the portfolio, go right ahead. I think it's a great opportunity. And here's another one. If you know what you're doing, you can buy real estate at a discount right now and hold it until rates come down and then sell it. And you'll make some money. Because as soon as demand floods back in here, prices are going to go up because we still don't have enough inventory. I'm just telling you guys. So if you want to be able to say, okay, let me use 5-to-1 leverage. See, this is what this guy was doing to me. Even though I know he was paying cash, see, the house that I'm selling right now, the market value for that house is around 705, 710. He came in and offered me 610. I'm just going to be transparent with you. He offered me 610. The market says it's worth 710. Now, again, it's worth whatever someone will pay for it, but not to me. I'm not an idiot. I know what he's positioning. See, he's positioning, I can buy it for 610, and as soon as these interest rates come down, it'll sell for 710 because you got more demand. There's going to be more demand in that community, and you're going to have enough houses in there. Right now, you got more houses in there available than there are demand. So even if the house is worth 710, market-wise, ain't nobody willing to pay it. He's a smart guy. He says, I go in there and scoop this thing at 610. I sit on it for 6 months. When the market more demand does flood the market, when interest rates come down, I'll get the 710. I just make me $60,000 or $70,000, $80,000 for a 6-month, 1-year hold. I make me a nice little chunk of change. I ain't mad at him for that strategy. That's the strategy people are using though. So they'll come in with all cash, sit on the property 6 months, a year, turn around and flip it, and they make some cash. People do that every single day in real estate who have cash. That's how they make their money. What a perfect time right now to do that strategy is right now because you don't have any competition. He knows that. In that community where I got that house, there are probably another 10 houses just like mine for sale. So guess what he's going to probably do? He's going to go to all 10 of those people. And he's going to catch one of them who need the money. And he's going to position himself and make some good money somewhere down the road. I ain't mad at it. I'm telling you that because there are more people out there that you can do that opportunity as well if you got the cash or if you can get the financing. Tell you what some people are doing. They're doing that same strategy, getting a loan. They're getting a loan. Then they're putting a tenant in the house for a year. Collect the rent from the tenant, pay the mortgage, pay the taxes, and then when rates go down, demand picks up, they put the house up for sale. You can do that strategy as well. So listen, man, there's a million ways to make money in real estate if that's what you really want to do. My point in telling you that is, if you're ready to go, if you're financially ready to go get it. This is the best time to go get your real estate. Now let's talk about businesses real quick. Clearly, the best time to start a business is when nobody else is starting one. That's the best time to start a business, guys. Best time to start a business when nobody else is starting one. Right? So look at what's happening in the landscape in businesses right now. Small business owners can't borrow money. So therefore, there ain't a lot of businesses being started right now. They can't borrow money to start the business. We already know most people that start businesses, they start businesses undercapitalized. Undercapitalized. They don't nearly have enough money they need to start the business. I'm talking about a traditional brick and mortar business, like a traditional business, maybe even an online business if it's inventory heavy. Let's say you're selling widgets or you're selling any clothing or product that requires you invest in inventory. You got to have a certain level of inventory in order to meet your demand or in order to satisfy your customer. A lot of people don't have enough money to buy that inventory. So what do? They go to the bank and they borrow money from the bank to buy the inventory. And then they pay the bank as they sell through the inventory. The problem is with rates so high, they can't afford to even do that. Plus, banks are tightening up. They're not lending money as freely as they were in 2023 or 2020. They're just not. So what does that do? It makes it harder for people to start businesses. Now, you can say to yourself, well, golly, man, I may not want to start a business then if it's that hard. No, what you do is you find a business that doesn't require you to have a lot of capital outlay up front. You find a business that doesn't require you to have a lot of capital outlay up front. There are many businesses out there where you can do that. There are many online businesses that you can actually start, partner with a manufacturer who already has all the inventory, and go to business. You're in business. And then use your skill set, use your talent to be able to just sell the product on any of these retail sites that'll allow you to do that. That's all you got to do. I know a couple of weeks ago, I read y'all a story about a guy, 26 years old, making about $400,000 a year through an Etsy store. No product. Well, no product that he has to store, no inventory, no shipping, nothing. Print on demand. There's another guy right here, 35-year-old guy, making $11,400 a week in passive income. The number one thing that helps me build lucrative side hustles. He's 35 years old. He's making $11,000 a week. I don't know. He started thinking about ways to earn passive income and better optimize his time. That October, he started a drop shipping business, which quickly turned into a print-on-demand company. He later added online courses, one-on-one coaching services, and a YouTube channel to his collection of income streams. 3 years in, these streams outpaced his $117,000 a year salary. He makes over $1,600 a day, or roughly $11,400 per week, according to documents reviewed by CNBC Make It. So you already know CNBC, when they do these articles on these people, they go through them with a fine-tooth comb. Ain't no front. They verify receipts. He's 35, credits his success largely to a simple strategy, turning his business into a game for himself. Each day, he'd simply try to earn more money than he did the previous day. He says at first, he only made a handful of sales per month. See what I'm trying to tell y'all, guys? See, there's a pattern here to what I be telling y'all. The pattern is some stick-to-itness, some patience, some execution. A lot of us would have quit a long time ago. This guy said he was only making a few sales a month. He could have quit. The guy could have just quit. Oh, golly, I'm making $117,000 working for somebody else. I hate what I'm doing. I'm just going to continue to hate what I'm doing, but this is too hard. I only got 2 sales last month. Oh, golly, I can't be any good at this. It's saturated. I only got 2 sales. Let me change my product mix. Let me try something else. I only got 2 sales. Not this guy. Not this guy. Not this guy. At first, he only made a handful of sales per month, equating to roughly $4 in profit a day. This guy was making $4 in profit a day, guys. But guess what? He didn't quit. So he worked on figuring out how to double that. See, this is the attitude I'm talking about. The guy's making $4 a day. Instead of him having a I'm defeated attitude, what did he do? He challenged himself. He said, okay, I'm making $4 a day. Guess what? I'm going to challenge myself to make $8 a day. Come on, guys. This is not rocket science. This is not rocket science. $4 in profit per day. So he worked on figuring out how to double that. My friends would just laugh at me. Dude, cool. You're making $8 a day. But in my head, I knew that I could double that and double it again. He said during his recent Make It panel discussion. Incremental goals made him feel like he was improving, even if he could only buy an extra McDonald's Big Mac per day. Winning that game each day helped keep him from quitting before his business turned profitable. See, guys, I tell y'all, we got to celebrate the small wins. I'm investing this money in the market, right? $100 a month. Goodness gracious, I'm going to celebrate the small win. My goal is to double that. And then double that. And then double that. Okay, yeah, I started this Etsy store. Yeah, it's not making no money right now. But I know I got a good process. I know I got some good products. I'm just going to keep on the YouTube channel. I'm going to keep hammering Instagram. I'm going to keep hammering TikTok. I'm going to keep hammering every social media I can get access to that will allow me to promote my business for free. I'm going to hammer it every day. And my goal is to sell 1 extra product, 1 extra product, 1 extra product. If I'm making $5 a week, next week I want to make 10. The following week I want to make 20. That's what the guy did. That's what we should be doing. He recommends the strategy for anyone else who's trying to get a side hustle off the ground. The dollars per day mindset helps you understand what your time is worth. How many times have I told you guys that? How many times have I told you that? What is your time worth? Oh, is it just sitting on the couch eating Cheetos, watching your favorite funny? Is it sitting on the couch watching your favorite drama show? I don't know. Is it sitting down strolling through someone's lifestyle on Facebook or on Instagram? I don't know. You got to decide that. The dollars per day mindset helps you understand what your time is worth. Measuring your net worth with Big Macs. This is another way this guy challenged himself. Today, he still gamifies his side hustles. Despite the passive nature of most of his businesses, once they're automated, he gets bored. and starts looking for new challenges, often working 60 hours per week. But see, here's the difference. And this is what I tell people about what I do. See, when I'm out there busting my butt 40 hours a week to make somebody else rich, much different than me busting my butt 40 hours a week making me rich. Now, I don't work 40 hours a week, but I'm just trying to paint a picture for you. See, when I get on here every day and make YouTube live streams and YouTube videos, and I started the website and I do all of this stuff, guys, that's not work to me. See, work was when I was going to work for the banking industry and I was working 40 to 50 hours a week, making somebody else wealthy. Yes, they was paying me a salary, but I didn't like what I didn't love what I was doing. But now I love what I do. It's not work. It's not work. And I know if I do it right and I help enough people get what they want, I get what I want. That's all this guy is doing, right? He figured that out. He figured that out. Today, he still gamifies his side hustles despite passive nature of most of his business. Once they've automated, he gets bored and starts looking for new challenges, often working 60 hours per week, he says. His mindset has shifted. Now he tries to incrementally increase what he makes per year, trying out new side hustles that could support that goal, he says. Once a venture brings in sustainable income, he scales down his involvement and turns his working hours into developing his next income stream. Here's a critical thing, guys, I need y'all to understand. When you're out here trying to build these side hustles, you got to stack rank them. The one that you think has the most potential to the least potential. But don't fall in the trap of trying to divide your time between 3 or 4 different things. What do? You stack rank them. Best opportunity, least opportunity. Then you take that best opportunity and you devote 100% of your time to it like this guy until you get it to a sustainable income stream where you can walk away from it and then go to the next one. What a lot of us fall in the trap, we have 3 or 4 side hustles and we try to split our time to those 3 or 4 side hustles, but we never devote 100% of our time to any of them. So they never really work. What you got to do is you got to stack rank them. You got to take them one at a time. You develop them one at a time. You get them to earn an income, then you move to the next one. I'm assuming that's what this gentleman did. He quantifies success in a couple ways. He tracks his net worth in an Excel spreadsheet and regularly calculates how many Big Macs he's earning every 24 hours. In his home state of Virginia, at $4.67 a burger, that shakes out to roughly 343 Big Macs per day. He's just having a game with it, right? Not every financial expert will tell you to measure your net worth in fast food menu items, but his strategy isn't far off from conventional advice. The best way to achieve financial goals is to set small targets, commit to checking your accounts weekly, and understand it can take years to see results. I don't know, started my YouTube channel every single day in 2020. And from that, 4 years later, every single year, it's went up. The revenues have went up. Every single year. Now I've decided, hey, let's bring in some more income streams. Let's offer more. That's all this guy's done. How do I challenge myself? By helping more people. I know the income will be there because I know how to make money. I measure my success by how many people I help. Because I know if I help a ton of people, I'm gonna make a ton of money. And not necessarily off them, but just off of the system, the financial system that we live in. See, I align myself with platforms that will pay me to bring people to their platform. That's what YouTube does. You don't pay me anything to watch my YouTube videos, but YouTube does. More people I bring to the platform, the more they pay me. Right? Same with my affiliate marketing. You don't pay me anything for Mumu or Webull or any of my other affiliate marketing companies that I'm associated with. They do. Right? See, the big picture for me on the website is it's going to be a monster. That's the way I look at it. But am I saying, oh, golly, I don't have 500,000 people in week 2. Oh, it's not going to be a success. No, I don't say that. I just do what? Focus on people. Help enough people get what they want, you get what you want. That's how it works, man. That's how it typically works. It takes a long time for a lot of human beings, sometimes 5, 10, even 20 years to accomplish that goal. Wells Fargo head of advice and planning. You just got to stick with it and inspire yourself to make sure you can achieve it. His current experiment involves starting print-on-demand businesses and handing them off to high-paying clients. So he'll go out and create a print-on-demand business, get the revenue stream up, and then he'll sell it. Not bad, man. The guy's smart. For $10,000 to $15,000, he'll start building a business for someone else to run in 6 months, largely using artificial intelligence and automation. So far, 11 clients have paid for the service. Now, again, you got to be careful with that because there are a lot of sharks, right, in the water that's just going to take advantage of you. I don't recommend you paying anybody anything to create anything, not like that. I wouldn't give anybody no $10,000 or no $15,000 to automate nothing when I could just go do it for free myself. Right? There's a lot of blueprints out there to do that. My point in even reading this about this guy is how you can take your income, active income, and convert it to passive income or semi-passive income. See, what I do here, I look at it as passive income. I just do. So what does my day consist of? My day consists of an hour and a half on YouTube doing the live stream. My day also consists of probably another hour putting together a second video that I do in the afternoon, which is edited. The rest of the time, I do whatever I want to do. I answer emails. I check Instagram. I check the website. I check on the mentoring club. I try to answer all their emails. A big part of my time is just answering emails, engaging with people. I spend very little time on YouTube. I really do. Out of my day, I spend less than 2 hours on YouTube. Like I said, I spend an hour and a half in the live stream, and I just started doing that, 3 months ago? Prior to that, I didn't spend that much time on YouTube. I would just do the videos and just put them up. I spent very little time on YouTube. I spend more time on YouTube now through the live streams because I enjoy it. I really enjoy the live interaction and doing this format of live stream where I'm talking about current events, current financial events. So I enjoy that, but I don't spend that much time on YouTube. I spend more time answering questions, right? Whether it be emailed to me through email or through DM. I also spend some time making some content for Instagram, a little bit for TikTok, a little bit for Facebook, but not much, just a little bit. And then I just do whatever I want to do. Right? So my point is this, guys. There's no better opportunity than right now to get yourself wherever you want to get. There's no better opportunity. It's up to you. It's up to you. People are out here doing this, man. I can read you these stories all day, every day, man. People are out here doing it, man. They're out here doing it. We got to get out and do it. More of us got to get out and do it. We got to do more execution. 1% execute a lot better than us. That's why they control 99% of the wealth. If we want to take some of that wealth from them and transfer it to us, we got to get better at executing. We got to get better at executing. And I'm here to help you do that. My job here, my goal here on this YouTube channel, my goal in the Mentorship Club through the website is to help you execute better. That's the goal, right? That's the goal. Like I said, get down to the description box, click on the website link, which is www.richardfain.net, www.richardfain.net. The link is down in the description box. Second link, click on the website. Check out the digital products. There's something in there for everybody, guys. The key is you got to take the information and then you got to go execute what the information tells you to do. You got to do it. A lot of us don't want to do that. We want to read something, but we don't want to execute on it. Or we figure out a way to say, oh, it's too hard. Or, oh, I didn't understand that. That's what we try to do. Especially when we don't really want to do something. We reluctantly get it. Okay, I don't really want to buy this thing, but I'm going to get it anyways because I know he said I need to. So let me get it. Let me go through it. Well, golly, it doesn't give me step by step. It doesn't tell me exactly what to do. It doesn't tell me exactly how to get it. It doesn't tell me exactly where to buy it. It doesn't tell me exactly how long it's going to take. How do I know all that? Well, you just execute and you figure it out. Right? All you need is an idea, guys, and then you go figure it out. You need to be pointed in the right direction, and then you go figure it out. No one's going to hold your hand and say, hey, call me every step of the way, and I'll be there on the phone. Let me fly into your city where you live, and I'll sit down with you and do the whole thing for you. No one's going to do that unless you pay them a lot of money. Or you can pay one of these guys who will, oh, give me $15,000 and I'll build it for you. Problem is, when you give them the $15,000, they build it for you, they turn it over to you, you ain't gonna know how to operate it. Because you skipped all the steps. So they're gonna build this automated thing for you, you're gonna put it somewhere, you're gonna have problems with it, right? That's just business. You ain't gonna know how to solve any of those problems because you skipped all the process. So here's the deal. Execute. You got to execute. Like I said, get over to the website, check out the digital products, consider joining the paid mentorship program. That is going to be 90 minutes every single week in a private live stream where we only going to focus on execution. Get the questions from the mentees, we talk about, and we execute. I'm going to hold them accountable for execution. They're going to hold me accountable for teaching and mentoring. They're going to hold me accountable for that, and I'm going to hold them accountable for execution. If we talk about execution and that following week you get in the call and you didn't execute, I'm not going to hold your hand. I'm going to move on to the next person who's ready to execute. I'm not going to waste time with people who don't want to execute. I'm not going to waste time with people who don't want to take a chance on themselves. I'm not going to waste time with people who just want somebody to hold their hand and tell them it's going to be okay. No, I want execution because I know that's what it takes to get you to your pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. So I'm going to hold you accountable for execution. You hold me accountable for what I said I'm going to do, which is mentoring. That's fair, right? Appreciate you guys. Thank you. Lock it in with a thumbs up before you get out of here. A couple quick last things and then I'm out of here. Get down to the description box, click on that Instagram link, Richard Fain Millionaire Mentor Instagram link. Give me a follow on Instagram and then send me a DM to say hello. Let me know you're rocking with me. And that way I can thank you. Do me that big favor. We're trying to get that new Instagram page up and popping, and some support from you guys would be extremely welcomed, right? Last thing is Mumu. Execution, click on the link, execute. Put your $100 in the account. Put your 500, 1,000, whatever you want to put in there, but you got to put at least 100 so you can get those 10 free fractional shares of the Magnificent Seven. That's your first step to execution for you folks that want to rock with me and use that Mumu app. And then if you don't know how to use it, guess what? I'm going to send you a tutorial video, which will give you the basics. And then you just got to execute. Don't worry about what every button mean. Oh, what does that button over there mean? Oh, I couldn't, what does that button mean? What did that button mean? Forget all that. All you need to do is what I tell you in the video. Go research all those buttons later. Don't get caught up in the buttons. I don't understand all the buttons. It's harder to look. It's harder than my brokerage account over here at this place that ain't giving me nothing and charging me money. Right? Just get down to the description box, click on the Mumu link, execute. Let's learn how to execute and continue to execute and just execute and just execute. Let's become better at executing. That's the only way we transfer wealth from the 1%. We got to be better at executing. We got to stop with the excuses and become better executors. We don't need to know everything. We don't need to know every button on the Mumu app. All we need to know is how to hit that trade button and buy. And just do that for 10 years. How do I hit the trade button? It's right there in the video I'm going to send you. Hit this trade button, put in how much you want to buy, make sure you got money in the brokerage account to support it, hit go. That's it. And just do that for 10 years. And just keep putting more and more in and keep leveling up as much as you can. That's the execution part. Or whatever investment you want to buy, because it's your plan, not mine. I'm just walking you through it. So that's what we got to do, guys. We got to execute more. So let's make sure we do that. Let's make sure we do that. Well, guys, I appreciate y'all stopping by this Saturday morning. Hopefully you got something out of it. Like I said, lock it in with a thumbs up before you get out of here. I appreciate y'all. I will be back tomorrow on Sunday with another live stream at 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. So be on the lookout. It will be our very last Q&A. That's it. Tomorrow is the last Q&A for YouTube. The Q&As will be moved over to the mentoring club through the website. So if you enjoy those Sunday live streams where you get to ask questions, then guess what? Tomorrow is the last one for YouTube. And then they will resume the following week, the week of May 6th, they will resume on the mentoring club live streams, private live streams. So if you want to continue being able to ask questions and things of that nature, get to the website, sign up for the mentoring club / membership club. It's a paid membership, by the way. Sign up for that, and then you can get that going forward. But tomorrow will be our last Q&A on YouTube. So, all right, guys, enjoy the rest of your Saturday. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. Thoughts become things. If you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hands. You guys keep chasing your greatness. Never stop believing in yourself. Stay healthy, get wealthy, and I'm going to catch you guys on the next one. Peace.